Okay. Are we live? Yes, we are. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so we've been plugging away at doing this, this night scythe. We're making some pretty good progress, I reckon. We've done all of the light effects on the top of it, and then well, not all of them. We're still going to do the bits and the vents here, and then there, and in here, and in there. And then we got bored of that for a little bit, so we spun over, did some of the metallics here, 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 and here, and then same on the bottom. And then I spent a really long time doing this crap on the side here, which was fun, but very time consuming. And I'm happy with how that turned out, but I'll need to do that another 3 times to finish the model. So I reckon for the time being, well, we've just got detailing to do. It's just detailing. It's just a lot of detailing. Because until we get all the details done, we can't do the paneling, which is going to be the finishing of the model. So I've cleaned out my wet palette because it was getting pretty nasty. And I reckon we'll just continue what we were doing at the end of yesterday's stream, so just doing all of these details. So all the metallics that we were working on. So for that, just gonna get my chair to the right height. Get our brushes out. So using the triple O and the double O. And the colors we're working with are Rune Lord Brass and Lead Belcher. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to get some more of these metallics because they're probably my most used colors. Well, actually, Corn Red is probably up there as one of my most used. But I'm finally starting to run out. That should be enough just to get started, and if we need more, we can always restock on that. Come on. Yeah, the metallic paints definitely, I think, are a lot thicker, consistency-wise, than a lot of the regular acrylics. And so when I'm running low on them like I am here, it takes a lot to get them to come out of the pot. There we are. Okay. So we'll get our triple O. Ow, hit my elbow. And let's zoom this in a bit so we can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to be doing the detailing all in here. Going to wet our brush and thin out some of the lead belcher. And let's get going. I'm being as gentle as I can because I'm using one of my nice brushes. And since I'm having to poke in with the tip of the brush here, I don't want to damage the tips of the bristles by being too rough. So I'm just getting a blob of paint on the end, and then just very gently dabbing it in and dragging it around. The bristles on these are quite long, so it's quite easy just to move the paint around without worrying about getting it deep in the bristles and up into the ferrule. Come on, focus. Come on, focus. There we are. Yeah, this internal edge is probably a bit harder for you guys to see because of the angle and the way the camera focus is constantly pulling towards the other wing that's closer to the lens, and also with the gun is in the way as well. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. I'm checking my OBS feed every few seconds just to make sure it's still in focus, but yeah, there's not a huge amount I can do except just try to hold it in the right spot. to get an angle of this where the wing isn't blocking the light. I think I've got something here. There we are, that's good. It's just a little awkward for me to reach with the brush. Getting there. Little by little. Thankfully for this bit, the internal has a little bit less to do than the external. It's just a bit more awkward. Once I get the really low-lying bits done though, it should speed up a little bit. Because the low-lying bits are the awkward bits to reach. Everything else I can just sort of go over the top. How can I hold this so that you guys can see what I'm doing? Yeah, that's good. Ish. I don't know how I'm gonna reach that though without my hand blocking the camera. Yeah, and that's not happening. Oh, scheisse. Dropped me brush, 1 sec. It's probably fine. We'll just clean our brush and refill it. just gonna see if I can rush through this little bit at the end here, because there's not gonna be a whole lot to see anyway, and it's an awkward bit to reach. So, yeah, sorry about this. I'm not really gonna make much of an effort to make this visible. Otherwise, I'll never get anything done here. Clean my brush out. Okay, we're just about done with the silver detailing. Well, the first round of silver detailing, the low-lying stuff. Once we're done with this, then we're going to come back through with the Runelord brass, do the middle layer, and then come back over on the most exposed stuff for another layer of silver. Okay. Let's clean our brush. Make sure we don't have anything drying on the nice quality brushes. And we'll get a slightly larger one. The double O here. And let's get going with the brass. Guys, I missed a tiny bit with the silver, so we're going to come back through, get a bit of moisture on our smaller brush. Just fill that one in. And clean off that brush again. And get back to it with our brass. Yeah, sorry, it's a bit of an awkward angle. Doing what I can, but all I can really do for this section is just get it out of the way as soon as possible so we can get to stuff that you guys can actually see. Yeah, this bit is very awkward to reach into. So it's kind of rough to get an angle where both I can see it and the camera can see it. Yeah, I don't know how visible this is to you guys at the moment, because I'm not daring to look away at the moment to see what it's showing on OBS. But we are getting there, little by little. I think once I'm done with this mini, well, first of all, I'm going to edit some stuff together and finally get a proper video out, because it's been a very long time since I've done an actual video. But once I'm done with this, I should have heaps of footage so we can sort of do some TLDRs on all the little stuff that I've done. But yeah, once I'm done with that, I reckon we'll be able to do some smaller minis for a change. They'll be easier to get done quickly, and I'll be able to explore some more stuff. We've got a bunch of smaller Necrons. I've got some Tyranids, I've got some Space Marines, and I've got some other minis as well that I've got, which I won't spoil too much, but they are very, very cool. And I'm really looking forward to doing them. So I just want to get through this so that we can get onto the cool stuff. Not that this isn't cool. This is going to look so cool when it's done. But just like, right now, all this tiny little detailing, it's not the most exciting. But it'll be worth it. That's what I'm motivating myself with, is once I'm through all of this, not only will this be really cool, but I'll be able to do some more interesting paints. Yeah, again, I apologize about the camera angle. We'll be out of this bit soon enough. Yeah, so by the end of today's stream, we'll be coming up on the initial 10-hour estimate that I had for getting this mini done, and I don't think we will be finished by the end of that. But I want to get this as finished as possible by the time we get there. Get as many of these details done, because the second all these details are done, it's going to come together so quickly. We'll just be able to do all the paneling, and it's once you get to those last bits where progress just seems to shoot forward so quickly, because the details look neat on their own when you're doing them, but it's not until the all the main colors and everything are on that the details really shine. So that's how I'm convincing myself that this is worth it, is I'm just saying, look, it'll be so much better once everything's on it. It's just a matter of getting there. Alright, we're almost through the final pass on this inside section. Almost there now. Get this brass down, and then we just swap back to using our silver just to do the top details. And then I reckon we can go back to doing some blending. Actually, no, we won't do blending. We'll just do some details elsewhere on the mini rather than these tiny little fiddly bits. Because I've got my my metallics on the palette right now, so I may as well use them. Not waste paint where we don't need to. Is that all of the brass? Not quite. Little bits here and there, but just about there. It is quite awkward to reach in there and get the little bits that I've missed. There we are. So with that, all of our brass is pretty much done. Yep, so now we can just come on back through with our silver. Look at that. Okay, okay. I know, I'm a bit of a legend. Wowee. See, this is what makes it worth it, is it is so tedious. But when you get to the end of a little spot like that and you just take a step back, I say this every stream, and it's because it's true. It's just so nice being able to step back and look at what you've done and just be happy with it. Look at that. That's so cool. It's gonna be so good when it's done. Okay. There we are. Ego restored. Okay. So we're back to our little brush. I think I've found a comfortable position. I'm going to zoom this in a bit more. Yeah, I said I think I found a comfortable position, but I can't actually see it that well, so. I'll zoom this back out. Just a couple of touches. Thankfully, these details are very straightforward. Just a matter of running my brush up the side. And one more section. Just doing the bottom edge now. Okay. Oh. And there we are. That's one wing pretty much done. Oh, need to stretch after that. Okay. So, oh my goodness, that is so cool. Oh, that is gonna be sick. Let's do our detailing. No, the more fun detailing. Let's not, what do we want to do? I reckon bits that we can do. And do the spine. What did I do for the spine on this one? I did... just did it all in copper. I reckon I can two-tone the spine though. Maybe we could do copper with so vertebrae in copper, spine in silver? Sure, why not? Let's see how it looks, and if we don't like it, we can always go back over it. It's only paint. Now, I'm gonna use a slightly bigger brush for this. So I'm gonna come over here, get this fella. Wet the brush. Get some silver. And let's get right to it. Oh, blue. Spine, silver, vertebrae, and copper. Oh, sorry, not copper, brass. Zoom this out a little bit. Yeah, I reckon this will be quite nice. Just making sure I haven't missed any bits before I move on. We're looking pretty good. It's coming along quite well now. that is looking good. Now let's go through with the brass. Oh no. No, I forgot to plug it in. Alright, shit. One sec. Yeah, I had a feeling I'd forgotten something. Let's see if we can fix this. Oh man. I'm wondering if I can get the if it'll boot back up immediately or if I'll need to wait for the battery to recharge a little bit. I've got the camera plugged back into power. One sec. Let's see what we can do. Alright. We might be good. I think we're back in business. Okay, whoops. That's lucky. But unlucky that I ran out of power, but lucky that it doesn't need any charge in the battery as long as it's connected to the wall. Okay. Crisis averted. Let's get this zoomed back in. I bumped my my lamp while I was trying to get this sorted out, so let's get the light back in the right spot. Yeah, this should be fine. Zoom this in a little bit. Cool. Yeah, now that we're doing these larger details, it's definitely feeling like the mini is taking shape a lot faster. Because when we were doing all the tiny stuff, it was like, ugh. It was very satisfying, but, you know, it just doesn't feel good until you get a lot of paint on the model. And now that I'm doing the spine here, which has a lot of surface area, compared to what we've done so far at least, it feels like I'm doing a lot more, a lot quicker. But that's the thing, is like 80% of the surface area will take like 5% of the time. And then everything else is just like that remaining 20% of surface area is where all of the time goes in. But it is so worth it just being able to take a step back and look at all the little details that you've slaved over. Because they make everything else look that much better. There we are. It's coming along quite well. Just needed to take a quick step back, look what we've done, and yeah, I'm getting quite happy with this. Just doing these little clips just under the edges there. It's quite nerve-wracking because I don't want to overdo it and get it all over the silver, but at the same time I don't want to leave it exposed and just have that little bit of black undercoat peeking through. The brush I'm using for this is a little bit larger than I probably should be doing. I'm just having to take it very carefully. But it's looking pretty good. Do the underside of that as well. Not all of it, but just enough that it looks like it's all done. We can do the next one now. This one I'm going to need to do more of the underside because it's sitting a bit further out. Probably try to do all of this one if we can. Okay, yeah, that is looking good. I'm liking this. So... For the next bits, we're gonna do the claw at the back there. I'm just thinking of what scheme I want to do for the claw. I'm thinking copper for most of the... Oh, sorry, not copper. I keep saying copper. Brass for most of the claw. And then silver for the little highlight bits, like the little circles and the top section. And then on the back there, that little knob thing, I might just do in a point of maybe purple? Yeah, I'm thinking that. So we'll get onto that in just a minute. I'm just going to quickly go to the bathroom. So be back in just a minute. Okay, sorry about that. I am back. So, where are we at? Let's see if I can dry my hands a bit more. Ugh. Okay, now what we're doing here, yep, that's where we were at. Okay, so we're doing this now. Now we're doing this bit here. Gonna get one of my little brushes just to help me with the detailing. Where are they? Here we are. These little fellas here. Oh, the tip on that one's not looking good. Can we see that? Yuck. See if we can fix that up. Yep, looking a bit better now. So, what we're gonna do is first we'll use our slightly bigger brush that we've been using, to do the most of it in copper. Or not copper. I keep saying copper, in brass. And so those bits that we're going to be doing will be all of these bits here. Oh, whatever, let's just blanket go over it and then we can pick out the bits that we want to pick out at the end. Let's stop being so pedantic here. If I keep taking so long to do every little thing, we'll never finish. Besides, it's just paint. If I get paint in a spot where I don't want it, I can just paint over it. No way, it ran out of battery again. Okay, this is... it's plugged in though. Why? Okay, I'm just gonna be a narrator for the time being. Okay, the camera is off for the time being while it charges a little bit. We're probably gonna go for maybe 5 minutes, no camera. I am here, so we're just painting the claw on the back of it. So I've just about got all of the brass on the claw. I'm not even sure, I'm calling it a claw because that's what it looks like, but I doubt this is actually designed to grab anything. But once we get all of the brass on the claw bit, we're gonna then come through and pick out some of the details in the lead belcher silver that we've been working with, just to give that little bit of contrast, make it really pop out. And then the very tip on the back, I'm gonna do in, I'm thinking maybe purple or yellow. I might do yellow because I've done yellow for some of the little highlight bits on our other dude, on our, what's it called, our Canoptic Wraith. And I think it looks nice in moderation. So we'll see how that comes out. But we're just finishing off our detailing with the brass before we get anywhere close to trying that. I think that's mostly done. So let's clean off our big brush. But, oh, that's about yucky. Have a quick drink. And then we'll get our little brush, wet it, and load it up with silver. Okay, let's just start picking out details that we want. Once I do a couple of these details, I'll try to turn the camera back on, see if we've got enough power to keep going. But at least for the time being, we are in darkness. Well, not we, you. I am... Thankfully, I can still see what I'm doing. But, yeah, for the time being, gonna have to put up with it. Hello, whoever just dropped in. Sorry about the lack of a camera. I forgot to plug in the camera to charge before I started streaming, so it ran out of battery. I'm just letting it charge for a little bit at the moment. And then we'll get our video back up and running. Yeah, I'll finish doing this one little bit, and then I'll see if we can get it rolling again. Just a little bit more. I didn't have to have it plugged in for that long to get it running for the 20 minutes or so that we had footage. So it should probably be able to go for a bit now. Alright, let's get this camera back up and running. See if we can get video going again. There we are back in business. Okay. For how long, I don't know, but we have camera for the time being, so let's make the most of it. What I've just done on the back here is, so I painted it in bronze, or in brass, and I'm just picking out the little details in silver. Hello, Reese. How you going today? Just a little bit more details on this one here. Once we pick out these little bits here, then we'll be able to get our color on the very back there. You alright? Just woke up? Nice. That's a good sleep in for you. What time is it over there? Like 11:15, is it? You're 2 hours behind? Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah, I'm sure you joined right as we were having some no camera time. It's because I was a bit of a fool when I started streaming. Forgot to plug the camera into charge before I started running. So I've got it plugged in now, but it's kind of running. It's skirting the edge of life and death at the moment. I reckon we'll probably be able to get maybe another 20 minutes out of it before it decides to dip out again. Who knows? So I'm doing everything I can before that happens. Okay, that's probably good overall. I'll come back near the end to do the little back bit. So where to next? What we've done so far today is because yesterday we did all this stuff around here. So beginning of the stream we did the inside edge, so that wing has all the metallics done on it now, pretty much. And then we came through and did the spine here, and that's what we've just finished up to at this point. From here, let's go. Okay, it has to be done. We're gonna start on this wing's metallics. I can't avoid it forever. May as well just get it out of the way. I know that we're all gonna be sick of seeing metallics by the end of today. Well, actually, we're probably already sick of seeing metallics. But this is what I signed on for. This is what we're all locked in to watch now. Oh, that's not in focus. Yeah, this is why I keep saying this. This is why we do all the low-lying parts first, so that we can be messy with it and not worry about ruining the piece. Because all the top stuff, well, because when we come through and do all of our upper layers, we're going to clean up all the little mistakes we make. The unfortunate side of that is it feels like we're making no progress because we're not putting most of the paint on yet. We're just doing all the really fiddly bits. It'll seem like most of our progress happens right near the end. Getting a bit on the upper edges, but again, we don't need to worry about that too much, because that'll all be something we fix up when we come back through to do the top coat at the very end. Hey. Starting to look good. It's nice having the wings balanced now from the top. Oh man, okay. Okay. Looks like things are coming up, Millhouse. Look at that. Oh! That is going to be so cool. All right. Now, it's time for the cringe part. See that? See all that on the side there? You gotta do it again. Oh my god, I'm being so fucked up. Okay. Just gonna have a drink. All right. I'm gonna try and do this with the slightly larger brush this time, see if I can speed up the process a little bit. Get a nice, decent bit on the end of the brush. And let's just try dollop it down in there. 1, 2. Okay, I think this is going to be a lot more efficient. Yeah, because I can hold way more paint on this brush than the smaller one I was using. That's one thing, and also since it's a synthetic brush, it's one I'm not too worried about damaging. So I can afford to be a little bit rougher with it. Unlike with my really nice sable brushes where I want to be a bit more careful not to damage the bristles. This I can be more confident that the bristles aren't going to damage as easily, and if they do damage, it's not as big a deal. So just getting all these really recessed bits, painting them silver, and then when we're done, we'll do the next layer of stuff just above it in bronze. Brass, not bronze, brass. I keep saying bronze. Let's zoom this in a little bit more. There we are. That's a lot easier to see. Whoa. Buh. Yeah, I'm able to fly through this with a bigger brush, because it holds enough that I can do multiple of these little recesses without having to refill. Okay, there's our silver detailing, the outer edge. Maybe I should just go and do the silver detailing for the inner edge while I'm at it, rather than swapping over to the brass. Let's just get as much out of the way as we can. Now this one, like with the very beginning when I did the other inner edge, the angle is really rough, so it'll be hard for you to see what I'm doing. Just bear with me. Okay, now just make sure we got all the little bits there, make sure we didn't miss any little sections. Just a little touch-up pass. important to change the angle that you're looking at from every now and then, just to make sure you didn't miss anything under any ridges or anything like that. Silver looks pretty good for the inside edge. And looks pretty good for the outside edge. Oh! Stretch. Oh. Hey. Now it's time to do the brass. So we want to get this all to look like this now. Okay. Looking good. So next, we just do the inside edge in brass, and then we pass back through with silver for the for the absolute top bits. And then all of the nightmarishly fiddly bits will be done, and we'll be back to doing the fun blending on the bottom. And as always, for this interior edge here, I apologize, but it's going to be very hard for me to find an angle where we can all see what's happening. Oh, we're coming up on that 10-hour deadline that I had set for hopefully finishing the mini within. These smaller details have definitely soaked up more time than I was expecting. The mini is definitely not going to be finished in under 10 hours. We will, however, have most of the details done. So while this has been a big endeavor, large time investment, we are actually making quite good headway. Okay. Getting very close now. just heading back down the left side. Hey. Just about good. Just gonna clean up some edges. Now what you guys cannot see is I'm currently bracing the Mini with my nose, just to make it easier to hold still and have a look at everything. Because that means I can turn my head and roll the Mini around. But it's looking pretty good. Yeah. So final little bits for these tiny details is just the final pass with silver. And then we are done. with that stuff. Oh, so let's just knuckle down and get this over with. I gotta take it easy because I don't want to rush it and ruin all of my hard work up until now by getting silver all over all the brass. So we're gonna go up the left side first. Just picking out these top edges. I want the paint to be a little bit thick, don't want it to be too thin, because otherwise it will just separate, as these metallics have a tendency to do. At the same time, we don't want it to be so thick that it globs up. Want just enough consistency for it to shine really nicely without globbing. That's looking. Look at that. Ooh. Beautiful. No! I knew it was coming. There goes the battery again. I thought we got some good time out of this one. Let this be a lesson to me. Always plug the camera in before a stream. Always plug the camera in before a stream. Okay, we are in the dark once more. Battery exhausted. So, back to narrative painting. We're currently going up the left-hand side. Just trying to make sure as much of these little details are picked out as possible. And once we've done that, we'll have all of the super fiddly fine details on the side all cleared out. And we'll be able to go on to doing some more fun stuff. We'll be freed from metallic detail purgatory. At least for the time being, that is. We'll be able to get back to blending. That shit's so fun. Although, looking at the timer, I'm not sure if we'll do rest of that today. But once we're done with this, I reckon we can get ourselves to a stage where we'll be able to finish up the model in the next stream. Because we are so close right now. So close. We just need to push on a little bit more. Don't need to get a huge amount of time out of our camera. So I'll finish this little bit I'm working on and then we'll boot it back up. I don't need a huge amount of battery left because we're going to be hauling the stream not immediately but relatively soon. So I'll just finish getting these little details in and then we'll get our camera booted back up. Just a little bit more. Almost there now. sore arm. Okay, last little stretch. And... there we are. Okay, let's get this camera booted back up. And while that boots up, let's get ready to do our last bits. Alright, zoom this fella back in. And let's do these silver details. Yeah, I will admit, when I started painting this model, I knew this was a detailed section, but my brain didn't quite interpret the fact that there were 3 layers here. I only thought there were 2 layers, and I was like, that'd be easy. We just go in with one color and go over with the other. Big no issue. No. There are 3 layers here. You go in with one color, you go over with another color, and you come back with the 3rd color, carefully making sure not to catch the second color. But if there's one good takeaway from this, my brush control is probably getting better with all this detail work. You don't get better unless you challenge yourself. And the challenge that we're facing here is patience. How can I get an angle for this? There, that's good. Picked out that one. And there we are. Once again, doing the good old brace the mini with your nose strat. I'm a fan of this one. Ow. I'm a fan of this one, except when I put my nose on a pointy bit of the mini, and then I'm not as big a fan of the strat. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. Turn this out a wee bit. And I know there were a couple of teeny tiny little bits that I wanted to get as well before I forget about them. And they were on the outside rims, just underneath these little thingos. I just want to get the little square bases that are underneath these thingos in the silver before I forget. Yeah, good thing I'm doing these now, because they're a bit awkward to reach, and if I tried to do them later on, I would definitely mess up my paint job. Okay. Now, I think we've made some pretty good progress today. We may well be in a position where we're able to finish the mini up by tomorrow, or not by tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow, but the next stream, I think we're in a solid position to get this finished up. It might be a bit of a push. We'll see how we go, but I'll just pull my light source away a little bit so it's not as glary. And let's go through what we've achieved. We've got this fella here. Zoom it in a little bit. Out a little bit. Just touch it out. Bing, bing. Again, the orange and all that looks a bit overpowering, quite thick. You can see it's because it's gone over the edges and so it's up on the top plating. That will all get cleaned up when we do our final top section. When we do the plating, because we're going to get rid of everything except what's in the recesses. So it will all thin out quite a lot and I think it'll look super, super clean. For the time being, it looks kinda shit. Don't worry about it. I flip it upside down. We haven't done the light effects for the bottom edges, so this will be the most time-consuming thing we have left is these light effects. But there's not that many of them, and then all we've got to do is a few metal bits, a few smaller light effects. The little man, I think the little man will be fiddly, but shouldn't be too bad. You got to do the insides of these two holes. You got to do the back, which shouldn't be too bad. It's just a bunch of flat plates. And then these guns here, which are a little fiddly, but really all of this should be super straightforward. Yeah, because we've done all the light effects for the top here, where there's lots of really intricate stuff to do. That was really time consuming. And we've finally gotten through the nightmare zone. all this stuff here. Which now that it is done, holy moly, this is going to be so good. Yeah, so I am looking forward to this. I think we're in a solid position to finish this mini next stream. So, thanks for dropping by. I'll catch you guys later. Yeah, see you later. Bye-bye.